Hello and welcome back to Final Form Freaks. We are back in the hot tub again, Matthew and Mike.
Hello.
Back in the
Yes, we
Monster
are
Hunters
back.
hot tub.
Yes, back again. We have tons
Scenery
and
is
tons
so
of
nice.
stuff to talk about. Obviously, since the previous videos that we've had tons and tons of cards that have been released.
Yeah, it's been over 2 weeks since we last did one.
Yeah, so there's a lot. So, first one we're going to talk about, a bunch of rares. And the first one we're going to talk about, as you'll see on the screen in a sec, blink, Super Saiyan Blue Vegito Paralyzing Prowess. 8 drop, really, really nice. I like the artwork for this as well.
Yeah, it looks nice.
It has Deflect, it has Triple Strike, and it has Barrier. So that's really nice, the fact that it has Deflect and Barrier, which is really cool.
Well, hopefully they'll learn from their mistakes from last time. They did that to a card.
Interesting that it's an EX Evolve card, so it costs you 4 blue. But it does say it has to be over a Vegito with an energy cost of 5, but you can do it over any colour, because it doesn't specify Vegito colour.
But it just has to be the bang-on 5 cost.
Vegito. Yeah. Which is nice, because you could, if you really wanted to, you could use the green ones that you had, and then you've got, I believe, the old red ones that I used to use, which were Vegito, which is kind of cool. Sorry.
See Mike changing outfit.
Yep. I accidentally pressed a button on the pad. If your leader card is a blue Trunks Future, so there's only 2 to choose from, which is the new one, which you saw in the previous video, and the
set 2.
Yeah. When this card is played or attacks, your opponent chooses 2 cards in a hand and places them at the bottom of their deck in any order. I really like that. I think that's cool. Yeah, if he's only going to get 1 attack, it's still your opponent's having to choose the 2 cards. If you played Shenron Wish Leader and gave him triple attack, you essentially have 6 cards negated out of the hand, which is kind of cheeky.
Yep, stop giving people ideas. I know, well,
because obviously the attack, the effect is still going to go through even if the attack is negated. So, yeah, your opponent's choosing the cards, but that's essentially something that you could do if you really wanted to. But what do you think to it?
Yeah, it seems, well, hopefully they've... It doesn't look like they've learned, does it? From putting a card with Deflect and Barrier on, and Triple Strike, again.
The fact that it's 4 blue
keeps taking...
well.
And when it attacks, it keeps dropping your opponent's hand by 2 is a bit...
Yeah. It's the 4 blue, I think that's a really... People might disagree, but I think that's a really low EX Evolve cost.
Yeah, especially on a 5. Especially you gotta put it on a 5 cost.
Because if you think about it, you get 5 cost out, and then you using Bean or using a leader that on taps 2, you kind of getting into this quite quick. And with fusion and stuff like that, you're able to get Vegito out fairly quick anyway.
I'm just hoping there's no way to give it multiple attacks. Let's hope they learn and don't give it away to have it attack multiple times.
But like we said, the only one that is an effect that can give a battle card multiple attacks is the Shenron Wish Leader.
Yeah, but then it won't drop their opponent's hand by 2 because the leader has to be
it's not
Trunks.
The Trunks effect.
Yeah.
But it's still a 35k
triple strike, barrier, deflect. Yeah.
Regardless of what happens, it could be interesting with the old Trunks leader, because you could then combo with something as well, and then you get the draw from it. So, which would be kind of good. And you probably see more of this because that Trunks leader draws quite a lot anyway, which is kind of good because it's the old Trunks leader. He draws 2. He's not an untapped 2. But yeah, interesting. Like you said, you have to really play it with a Trunks leader to get the effect, but the effect is still good regardless, and it's like you say, it's still a 35k, it's still a triple strike, and it's still a barrier. So next card we're going to talk about is the very interesting card, and I'll just see on the screen now, is the 9-drop Goku Black Rose Loftly Aspirations. I do apologise for my pronunciation there. Very rubbish. Matt's a fan of this because it's Goku Black Rose anyway, so
yeah, I do like Rose Black.
I do like Rose. So we're going to the card. He's triple strike, EX evolve for 3 blue and 1 generic, and it has to be over a blue Goku Black. Really interesting that can be any cost of a Goku Black, because it just says Goku Black. So if you had a one drop or something that comes into play, like
the 5-drop that's free as long as you have 5 energy.
Yeah, exactly. Which is kind of nice. Permanent. When choosing a card to use with this card's evolve skill from your hand, you can choose a battle card with an energy, in your energy, and then play this card in active mode. Interesting. Auto is if your leader card is a blue Zamasu or Goku Black, which is nice.
Yeah.
So it works with either or. And your opponent has 5 or more energy. When a card evolves into this card, you place 2 of your opponent's energy in its owner's drop area. Wow.
Yeah, that's gonna hurt.
That's devastating. The more devastating thing about it is that if you get this guy out and it's cost you 4 and you bean it, can you I'm just reading this permanent again. When choosing a card to use with this card's evolve skill from your hand, you can choose a battle card in your energy, then play this card in energy. I'm just thinking if you EX evolve it multiple times.
You could. It doesn't say you can't play only one.
No.
It doesn't say that. And you can use your own, if you have enough energy, you can use cards in your energy as the evolve targets.
So if you have, because obviously a lot of Goku Black and Zamasu stuff anyway does a lot of energy ramp, so you're not bothered about ramping so quick, so you'll be on 4 or 5 energy really quick. But also the fact of that it's only costing you 4 blue. If you play a leader does the leader from Goku Black and Zamasu untap 1 and draw 1, or is it an untapped 2 leader?
From set 7, the Goku Black and Zamasu one.
So if you use that leader with this card, you can then have that 1 energy still left to untap, and then still use Bean and everything else to untap all your energy back again. So essentially you could possibly do it twice in one turn if you had enough of the cards. If you did that twice in one turn, that's done your opponent. That's done them. They're on the back foot right away with that. That's incredible, in my opinion. If you can do it, and you can do the the like energy ramp really quick and having Bean and everything else, and it's it's still a 30k triple strike regardless of what it is. What do you think to it?
I'm a bit biased because I do love the Goku Black character.
The artwork's lovely. The artwork is
Yeah.
really nice.
So I do like the archetype because it was first leader I actually built myself.
Yeah, I think what I like about it is that it's still playing themed to the previous decks.
Yeah.
If that makes sense. So, it, like with the whole like either energy manipulation or some sort of ramp or whatever, it's still got that type of niche with it. So yeah, I really like it. It's really, really good card. Very, very strong. The next card we're going to talk about is the 9-drop Fused Zamasu, the Divine Immortal. Really nice artwork. It has Indestructible, which is pretty good. It has Dual Attack, which is also pretty good. EX Evolve for 4 blue again.
On his Zamasu with a cost of 5.
This time, but this time it has to be a blue Zamasu with a cost of energy 5. That's just said. So there's some restriction of what you have to do. But it's got an activate main and battle effect, which is play this card in its owner's drop area, activate up to 1 Tragedy Overgrown from your hand or drop area, deck, or energy area, then shuffle your deck, and if you look through it,
which is the new field card, which we will get onto.
Which we'll put up as well. So the new field card, I'll just obviously people will be able to see it on the screen now. Tragedy Overgrown is a field card. This card can't be removed from your battle area by the skills of your opponent's battle cards, which is pretty good. Permanent as well, when your opponent plays a battle card with an energy of 4 or more, it is placed in its owner's energy in rest mode instead, which is devastating.
Really nice.
When this card is activated, choose all of your opponent's battle cards, ignoring barrier, and place them in their owner's energy in rest mode.
Which is really strong, especially for a certain set 7 leader.
Yeah, really, really strong. The fact that it ignores barrier as well.
It just and there's no NG restriction on it. It just means everything.
Yeah.
As soon as it's played, everything's gone.
I thought this card wasn't going to be a common. When I saw the effect and what it did, I thought this was going to be a rare. Me personally.
I think it's good that it's a common because it's widely available.
Yeah, it is widely available, but I just thought because of how strong the last effect is. Because the thing is with this card is, you have to be oddly specific on what leaders you use, but I just thought that it's a lot easier to get a hold of, which is a good thing for people. I just thought that with the effect and what it does and everything else, people's opinions and everything else, but I actually thought it was going to be a rare. I didn't realise it was going to be a common. But what do you think to the Fused Zamasu then?
I like it because you can do its ability either as soon as you play him, or you can swing twice with him, or you can just do it in your opponent's turn.
Yeah,
because activate battle.
Because the thing is, you could still swing with him twice. Yeah, he doesn't have double strike or anything like that. But then you could swing with your leader and then do the activate battle, and then just put the card in your drop area, and then get to play the field card, which is really good.
It is.
But I think it's really good. So that's the rares talked about.
It is.
So we can go off and talk about some of the other cards.
We've had a starter leader revealed.
Yes. So we do apologise that we've done this in a bit of a strange order. So the starter leader, you'll see on the screen, is the Vegito leader, which is when this card attacks, draw a card, which is great. So attacks battle cards or attacks leaders gets to draw. His auto is, if it's your opponent's turn, when one of your blue unison cards will be placed in your drop area, or one of your blue battle cards is removed from your battle area by an opponent's skill or KO'd, you may flip this card over and then draw 2 cards. That's crazy. You know, you could just, you know, straight off the bat, if you really want to do that and get the draw too, that's crazy. And then when you do flip him, when awaken at 4 or less, you may draw a card and untap an energy, which is nice. It gives you the best of both worlds, which is really good. And then you get onto his awakened side, which you'll see on the screen. I really like the artwork for this. I think it's really cool. On his awakened side, his auto is when this card attacks, you draw a card, which is fine. Still good, still draws. For 2 blue, in activate battle, choose one of your blue unison cards and it gets 10k power and triple strike for the duration of the battle. That's really good. You know, there's a few unison cards that are blue at the minute anyway that have been announced, but the fact that it gets plus 10k and triple strike and it's an activate battle effect, it's really good. And his auto is once per turn, if it's your opponent's turn, when one of your blue unison cards will be placed in your drop area or one of your battle cards is removed from the battle area by an opponent's skill or KO, switch up to one of your mono blue energy to active mode and draw a card. That's crazy. This guy is a drawing machine. It's like you do the effect, you draw 2, you awaken, you draw another one, he attacks, he draws another one. So, and then if you add that effect as well, potentially you could draw like 5 cards in a turn. Well, not in one turn, but you draw 4 cards, and then obviously in your opponent's turn, if he does getting rid of a card, you draw in a card and activate an energy. To me, I think that's really strong. It's very defensive, and it can be offensive as well. I think. What do you think, Matt?
It'd be alright. Don't know what to really say. Yeah, he's got the new way to awaken without actually triggering
without having to sacrifice your life or
which is just
doing
drawing
anything
2,
specific. Yeah. I think it's going to be one of them. Obviously, they've done it for a reason, because obviously it works well with the rare that we've just previously talked about, which has got. It doesn't work with the leader, but it works well of getting that card out if you want to get it out. You don't get the leader's effect because it's not a Trunks leader, but you could do a lot of energy untapping and a lot of drawing, so you see them types of cards. But I think it's really good. The interesting is that unison card when it attacks getting the 10k in triple. I can't remember from top of my head which ones come to mind straight away.
There's not really any blue ones that come to mind straight away for me.
But I think it's pretty good. I think he draws a fair amount, which I think is good. And he, like I said, it can be quite defensive and quite offensive in the same sense. I think he's a really good leader. For a starter leader, I think he's like decent. He's got the best of both worlds, I think, which is kind of rare that you get that with a blue leader. Like it has the best of both. But yeah, I really like it. So, next thing to talk about, I believe, we're going to talk about the Super Saiyan Trunks God Stealing technique you'll see on the screen. This is an SR. It's a counterplay, which is you can't activate the counterplay skill of other cards for the turn. You may discard this card from your hand. If you do, the battle card being played is returned to its owner's hand instead. If you don't play this card, its permanent effect is that if you have a blue unison card with a cost of 2, with two or more markers in play, you can activate this card's counter skill from your hand without paying its energy cost. Okay, interesting. It lets you get a 5-cost Trunks out, and it's a counterplay. You could potentially play it for
the
free.
The counterplay goes straight to your drop, not onto the field.
Yeah, but you could potentially pay it for free.
Yeah,
essentially.
That's the only thing. Get it in your drop for 0.
Yeah, it's alright. It's a bit meh, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's a bit meh.
For an SR, you
SR.
can do it for free. It doesn't have a NG restriction on what goes back to the hand. Obviously, as long as it doesn't have deflect.
Yeah. So we'll go on to the next one, which is it's an extra card actually, and this is called Final Hope Slash, which you'll see now. 1 cost, counterattack. If your leader card is a mono blue leader, switch up to one of your mono blue energy to active mode, then choose up to one of your opponent's battle cards with 15k power or less, ignoring barrier, and return it to its owner's hand. That's interesting. If you have a blue unison card in play, you can activate this counter skill from your hand without paying its energy cost. That's kind of nice. It's all playing together with the unison stuff. So, having the counter attacked, and if it's a mono blue leader, you switch one of your. It's oddly specific that you're having to switch a mono blue energy, but I think there's a reason why they did that. But yeah, switching one of your mono blue energy back to active and KOing a 15k card, ignoring barrier. Not KOing it, but returning it to your hand, but essentially getting rid of it off the board. It's kind of good. I'm not gonna lie, it's not bad. If you've got the unison card out and you're paying it for free, I won't grumble at that with that effect. Especially that there's a lot of cards that are 15k.
There is.
Some one card that comes into mind that's really annoying playing against Jiren is the 1-drop that gives them like barrier and stuff into it. It's not a 1-drop, but it's I think it's a 15k or less card as well, which gives all the universal or barrier and stuff, which is really annoying. The fact that you could return that back to your owner's hand and then none of this stuff has barrier now.
Just start popping.
Yeah. So, which means that he has to force to play that card again. But yeah, I do like it. I think it's pretty good. The artwork is lovely. With Trunks with the sword and everything. I think that's really cool.
Yeah, with the spirit sword.
So, the next one we're going to talk about, obviously, is a unison card, which is from the starter deck, which is the Gogeta one, which is Pursuit of Power. If your leader card is a blue, it's permanent, sorry. If your leader card is a blue Saiyan card and you have a blue Saiyan battle card in rest mode, your leader's card don't take damage from attacks.
That's very good.
That is really good.
But you can have
Obviously,
multiple
it's
blue
obviously
Saiyan cards out.
it has to be a blue Saiyan card. But yeah, I really like this. I really like it already. Just that permanent effect is brilliant.
Yeah.
He's got an activate main, which is a 0+. Choose one of your leader cards or battle cards and switch it to rest mode, and add a marker to this card, which is
basically a +1 if
Basically,
you can switch
+1.
something. If you switch
Yeah.
something to rest mode. If you don't, then it doesn't really do anything.
no. His other activate main, which is a -2, which is you draw a card, and then you choose one of your opponent's battle cards with an energy cost greater than their current energy, ignoring barrier and place it in its bottom of its owner's deck. That's really good.
Yeah.
That's really good for a -2. I really like that. It's there's people who play the energy ramp. Obviously, you've got the Zamasu and stuff like that can get bigger cards out a lot easier. So, but not just that. There's a lot of decks that can get cards out with a higher cost. Height of Mastery for one.
That goes up quite quickly.
That goes really quick. And it doesn't. I believe it doesn't have barrier either, does it? Height of Mastery.
No. Oh wait.
But it doesn't matter because it ignores barrier anyway. But
Yeah.
I'm just saying if it
I don't
did.
think it does.
But I don't think it does. I think it. Yeah, I don't think it does.
It's been a while
I know
since I
some
looked
of
at
the
that card.
Gokus do. Yeah.
Yeah.
But it really plays on the fact that if you're gonna have to use a blue Saiyan leader and
And have blue Saiyan
have
cards
a
out.
blue Saiyan battle card in rest mode. I really like it. I really do.
I do. Really nice.
I think with some certain decks, I think it'll be really surprising. Like, I'm not saying that you're going to see a lot of people using blue Saiyan cards, but obviously it plays
There's a
well.
lot out there in the game.
There's a lot out there anyway, but obviously from previous sets. But with this set as well, that's what it's trying to do is like play with the whole thing, because you've got Vegito as a blue Saiyan, you've got Trunks as well, and so on and so forth. Gogeta. So yeah, really good. We'll talk about the other starter deck cards that got announced, which is we'll do these quick. So next one is, that you see on the screen, is Super Saiyan Blue Son Goku Tenacious Warrior. Auto is that you get to add one card from your life, add it to your hand. When this card attacks, it gets 11,000 power for the turn. So it basically comes with 15k.
Yeah, goes with the old mechanic of taking the life to add 10k, but
To add 10k.
just to put it.
It
to
doesn't
15.
get double strike or anything daft like
Or
that.
crit, no.
Which is no.
It gets another
but-
ability.
Yeah, which is not bad. When this card is KO'd, you get to look at up to 7 cards from the top of your deck, add one blue Unison card with a specific cost of 2 among them, and add it to your hand and shuffle your deck, which is pretty good.
Yeah, I like it.
It's alright, it takes a life, and then you essentially, when it's KO'd, you look at the top 7. Yeah. There is a lot of the interesting fact is that it says when this card is KO'd. So if you are able to KO it yourself, you get to look at the top 7.
Exactly.
Which is, there is some effects out there that do that. I like it. It's good. It's a nice little one drop. The artwork is really nice.
Yeah. Be nice and full as well, I think.
Yeah. I'm guessing that's what, because we're going to get the 2
'Cause it's a
foils.
starter,
and the
One
stuff.
of everything, one of each in foil, one of each non-foil from starters, as we normally do.
And the next card is what we're going to talk about, see on screen, is Super Saiyan Blue Vegeta, Heroic Warrior. I really like the artwork for this one as well. It's really nice. Permanent. If your leader card is a Blue Saiyan card, this card gains crit. But that's just great in itself, and the fact that it's a permanent effect.
It's just sat there with the crit.
Crit. Yeah, you have to have a Blue Saiyan leader, but
there's plenty to choose from.
There's plenty to choose from. Auto is when this card is KO'd. So again, if you can KO it yourself, you'll get the effect, or if your opponent KOs it. You draw a card, great, and then you add up to 1 blue unison card with a specific cost of 2 from your drop area and add it to your hand. That's you're going to be using it, aren't you? Needless to say, if you're going to have the blue unison card, and you're wanting to use something else, this would be great with it because you get the draw. You've got a 15k body with crit, and
you can sacrifice the unison card just to get it back with this guy. Yeah,
which is really nice. I really like that one.
I do. Really nice effects, especially for a 2-drop.
It's just the fact that it's permanent effect as if you're Blue Saiyan, it has crit.
Yeah.
It's not like, I have to take a life to gain crit. It's like, no, this is a 15k. Because
I think a lot of people 15k crit is nice.
Yeah, I think a lot of people would be like, oh, I didn't realise it had crit, because they usually expect something that, I take a life and it gains crit, or I take a life and it does double strike. No, it's just like,
it just
this
depends
is a 15K
what your leader
swing. Yeah. Really cool. So the last one that we're going to talk about is the Super Saiyan Trunks, Architect of Peace. I like the artwork for this as well. I think it's nice.
Looks nice. I think the Vegeta's probably the better out of the 3.
Yeah, be interesting to see how they do the foiling on this.
It will.
If this, if they're going to do all like the where he's got his hands with the blue and everything and all the speckles. I'm wondering if that's going to be in
hopefully
foil.
outlined in really shiny.
That'd be kind of nice. So he's a 1-drop, which is cool. His auto is for 1 blue. If your leader card is a Blue Saiyan, again playing with the theme with everything, when this card is used in a combo, you choose one of your Blue Saiyan cards with an energy cost of 2 from your hand, negate its skills for the turn, and play it in rest mode. Okay, interesting. There obviously is a load to choose from, obviously with the stuff that you have in the starter that you can choose from. But obviously there's a bunch of 2-cost cards that you might want to choose from as well. Neither it being anything that you want to do for fusion later on, or I think it's pretty good. Me personally, I don't think it's as good as the Goku or the Vegeta, but I still think it's good. It's good.
It's good.
Yeah, I think the Goku and the Vegeta play better. I think they've got some better effects. I think the one thing that does me about this is that you have to pay 1 blue.
Yeah.
Essentially, you have to pay. Yeah, you're having to essentially pay this for 2 to do its effect.
It's when it's comboed, you just pay 1 when you combo with it.
Yeah.
It's not paying 2.
But that's what I mean. It's like
you pay 1 for it regardless.
You're paying 1 regardless anyway. But
it's good.
But yeah, it plays well with what you're wanting to do.
It is, and that's all the blue ones.
That is all the blue ones that we've talked about.
It is, and that will be where we'll leave this edition, and we'll be back with the green and in the next video. Remember to like, share, subscribe, and we'll see you again soon. Bye.
Bye everyone. Bye.